So, as usual, begin by establishing a posture for meditation. So, if you're seated, then the posture should be upright, but make sure that that doesn't mean tense. You know, this is where the spinal column is so important, the backbone. It's very strong. It's like the trunk of a tree. Feel your whole spine straight, stretched a little. And if we take the analogy of the tree, it's quite helpful in setting the posture. Your, your spine is like the trunk, and then beneath that, you've got your legs, and you can imagine roots going down into the earth. And this is really very helpful for grounding you and giving you a sort of not only physical, but also mental stability. And of course, it's also very positive to connect with the earth. One of our problems, even we sometimes think of it as a sickness in the modern times, is a feeling of disconnect from the earth. And meditation is a very powerful way of re-establishing our natural connection with the earth. We completely depend on the earth for everything in our life. Everything physical, down to the cells and atoms of our body. And of course, our food, the air we breathe, our genetic lineage, and so on. They all connect us back to the earth and evolution. And in making this connection, we also connect with everyone else. Not just humans, but all the beings of planet Earth, not just even animals, but also plants. So coming back to the posture as being like a tree, feel the trunk of your spinal column, which goes right to your seat. And then have a sense of roots, not just going downwards, but also slightly outwards, and strengthening your bond with the earth. And just like a tree, we draw sustenance from the earth. And you can feel that coming up into you imaginatively. This really establishes the aspect of being grounded, having a strong foundation for our meditation, and we could say for our whole life. And now let's think about the upper levels of the tree. If you come up to the top of your spinal column, of course you could see your shoulders and arms as branches in a way, but it's more interesting if you go upwards into your head and think of all the sense media which are located in the head, the eyes, the ears, the smell and the taste senses. And these are all means of reaching out and connecting with what is beyond us. Of course, the brain is in the head, and a lot of the information we get from our senses is processed by the brain, so we can make sense of it, so we can experience and also understand. But at a deeper level, if we imaginatively go up above us into the sky and think of the branches of a tree reaching upwards and outwards and producing leaves in order to absorb the light of the sun and photosynthesize it, the tree is nourished from below by the roots and from above by the light of the sun. And in terms of our meditation, this analogy of the spaciousness of the sky and the radiance of the sun is what brightens and uplifts our mind in meditation, enables us to expand our consciousness way beyond the everyday, grounded sort of details of our life. But there's a risk of just having our head in the clouds and leaving the ground. So this groundedness with our roots in Mother Earth, plus the expansiveness of reaching out and up to the light, and ourselves as a conduit or a channel between these two, or if we could say, we embrace, even contain these two, the earth and the sky. And bring your attention more now into the main part of your body, within your rib cage and within the bowl of your hips, pelvis. And within that space, bring in these sources of sustenance from below and above. And this way you feel very connected, very connected with many different levels of being. So having established the posture in this way, we can begin the meditation on the breath, just very gently becoming aware that this body is breathing. The lungs are breathing. The diaphragm is breathing. The windpipe is breathing. The nostrils are breathing. And the breath is feeding the heart and the bloodstream. The whole body is breathing. So without losing the vastness of the preparation with the earth and the sky, just experience the breathing in a very gentle way. Experience the breathing with humility of being a single organism in this vastness of nature, of the earth and the sky. Breath is to let go of any other thoughts. And just concentrate with a very attentive mind on the breathing. It's a training to be able to let go of thinking about anything and simply experience the object, which is the breath, as it happens. Some feelings that are associated with this kind of meditation, feelings of calmness, and the feeling of contentment. The contentment of being present without any fuss. So just a little pause to stretch and change posture, whatever you need to do before we start the second meditation. And gradually bring yourself back to a suitable posture for the second meditation. We're continuing with a series on self and others, starting with self. So we're exploring the question, who or what is sitting here? And having focused on the mind for a couple of weeks or so, we're now focusing on the body as part of what we are. And today we're going to look a little bit at the process of aging. And we'll begin by looking at aging in terms of what actually happens. And then after a while, we'll move to looking at what we actually feel about this. So ask yourself, when does aging start? Feel within yourself, within your body, and reach backwards. And you find that aging begins at conception. And where does aging end? So reach forward to the moment of your death. And you see that aging ends there. And if you look at the time from conception to death, which I implied looking backwards and looking forwards as if we're on a journey between these 2 points. You can see that aging is a process, a natural process of our body. And just being in the present, feel my present experience of the aging process. We could say, feel your age within your body. And this entails accepting the reality of our age. And accepting that this reality is changing moment to moment. Because every moment we're a little bit older than the previous moment. So just be with that. Now we'll enter into the next part of the meditation, which is to explore how we feel about aging. And to start with, we'll go right back to childhood. Do you remember wanting to get older? Perhaps you were told, oh, you're such a big girl or a big boy, and you felt a certain pride in that. You might feel the comparison with the new shoot of a plant, the energy of early growth. Until at a certain point, we usually call becoming an adult, you sort of reach your full size that you're going to be for most of your life. And from then on, aging takes a slightly different form. It's not growing bigger anymore. And your feelings about aging begin to change. And this is very connected with your whole relationship with your body. Understanding its capacities and its limitations. Understanding what pleasures it can bring and what pains. And layered on top of all that is the social dimension of aging. The way we are seen by others at different ages, which influences the way we see ourselves. And there are many times when we feel that we are our body. We identify with it so strongly that we can like ourselves or dislike ourselves according to how we feel about our body. And this in turn is linked to how others see us, and what others see is our body. So for example, we'll use clothing or hairstyle or makeup or whatever in order to affect the way other people see our body and the way we feel about our body and ourselves. So settle your mind and feelings within this body now, aware of all these aspects I've mentioned, but not dominated by them. Just be here meditating at this time. Aware of how we've been on a journey through our life up till now. and try to accept this embodiment of the present to which the journey has led. Accepting is beyond liking or disliking. It's just saying, this is how it is. And for all the socialization connected to aging, in the end, it just comes back to nature, a natural process. So just be with that natural process in the ever-moving present.